Today I'm going to make a video on an MBE 4000 series Mercedes on putting together a piston and liner group with a rod on it. I got the Molly kit here. We'll see what's all in this box. Okay, so we got a liner, piston, and then we have a parts box. Looks like we got our snap rings. And we also have our roll pin and the rest of the parts we'll need for when we put it in the block. And this should be our piston rings. They're pretty good there, and they have them labeled where they go, 1, 2, 3. And they also have what direction is up on them. See, top, and ring 2 is the same way, and so on, so on. See, there we go. So we'll put these on the piston and put them in the sleeve, and usually I start by not opening this stuff up, but reference. We start by cleaning everything up because it's got a weird oil film to it. We'll spray them all down. Okay, now we got everything cleaned up. I usually start with the piston rings. Sorry I don't have a stand for this. I always start with the bottom one first. Take it off of there. I'm going to open this baby up. Now we stick that on first. I never use a ring thing for this one, it's too easy. But always go 180 off from how you put that ring on to how you put this one on. Once you get that all in there, make sure everything's good there. Then go to ring number 2. Make sure you got it as top. Put him on. Get all in there. Make sure he's not lined up with the other one. Or at least 90 or 120 difference between all of them. Put the final ring on. Now we got all the rings on the piston. There's also an arrow on this piston which faces forward, so the ones that were in it come out. So an arrow right there. So make sure I remember where that is. I usually actually put the snap ring on that side first. That way I know that that has to be forward before I put the rod in it. that in there. I like to oil everything up good. That's why there's not much oil underneath this again. So once we get all this lubed up nice, make sure you don't want dry rings. Leave the whole piston up good. Leave those bores in there. I usually use a little bit of lubricate. Always had good luck with that stuff, I guess. A lubricate. Lube everything up good. Everything's ready to go. Lube the cylinder up. I found that it's easier for me to install the piston actually from the bottom of the liner because it's easier to put the rod on. So I just stick it in from the bottom. Always check my ring gaps before I go from here. Put that arrow, I know where it is. And I have a tool that I use for this. It says bottom, so you put that on as bottom. Once you get it compressed, you can watch it go in. Too much, when it's too tight, it can't get out. You notice that, the compression there. Once I'm in, take this off. And after we got that in, I still know that the arrow is pointing that way. That way I know that that's ahead. And the rod goes in with bearing tab to the driver's side. That way everything's correcto. Put that in there. Pretty easy. Make sure that's fully seated. And push it back down in there so it's in there. That'll be a lot better if it wasn't touching. There we go. Should be good. Now I'll just have to put the O-rings in the block and clean all this up and we're good to go.